Let's go. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm doing a test run on some new equipment. Welcome to the Morning Cup of Coffee with yours truly, Mr. JR Coble himself. And it's Fun Friday. Can you hear me, love? Let me know it's Fun Friday. Let's go. Good morning, Yolanda. Can you hear me good? Good morning. Sometimes life is like just standing there in the midst of burning flames. Don't know if I should run away or stand here screaming your name. You follow me through the circumstance and the pressures that seem to pile. Don't know if you could see my heart. It's just like that of a child. Don't you follow me in the wind and the fire? 'Cause there's no way that I can ever apart. Sometimes life is like the atmosphere, a depiction of all of our lives. Screaming out the fights, the wars, but love seems to always rule the day. Would you follow me through the flames of the fire in the dark? 'Cause there's no way that I can ever live if we're apart. Would you hold me through the rain, through the pain, through the fire? 'Cause there's no way I can live if our time expires. Oh, babe, just hold me. Wake up, let's go. Welcome to the Morning Cup of Coffee, man. I appreciate you guys for joining. It's yours truly, Mr. JR Coble himself. Welcome to Fun Friday on the Morning Cup of Coffee, man. Let's get it going. I hope you guys like the song. I wrote that yesterday. So it's kind of messed up, kind of banged up, still a little scratchy. But we wrote that yesterday, and I pray to God that you enjoy it. Let it rip, man. It's Friday, and we made it. We made it, you know. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. Trying out some new equipment this morning. Y'all let me know if I go out, if I have y'all, or if y'all struggle hearing me. Man, welcome. Did you like the song? Tim, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Shantae, good morning, sweetheart. Dion, what's up, brother? K. Raquel Jackson, what's going on? Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Morning Cup of Coffee with yours truly. Let's get this thing going. Let's open us up a new tab. Let's get this thing going. Last night, it's low. All right, let me know if y'all get some more audio from your boy. Let me know if you get some more audio from your boy. Let's do it like this. Let me know how that sounds. Is that better? Is that butter? Because butter makes everything better. Is that butter? There it is. Okay, let's go. Would you follow me through the flames, through the fire, through the dark? Such a good song, man. I gotta tighten that one up before it's all over. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Jackson. I appreciate that. All right, for sure. All right, so ultimately, man, last night was a beautiful night. Last night, stayed up, watched some movies, and as I got ready to go to bed at night, I was just thinking and just praying about a rejuvenation. You know, a rejuvenation. Dion, sometimes, excuse me. Sometimes we have to rejuvenate ourselves. We gotta like restart our engines. You know, not only physically, mentally, but in all aspects. We have to recrank those engines. Sometimes, like, give them somewhat of a jump start. You know what I mean? Let it rip if you know what I'm talking about, or give me a thumbs up in the chat if you understand where I'm coming from. If I'm making any sense at all. It's kind of like you have to jumpstart your life and kind of get things, re-going again. And I was praying about that last night, just a rejuvenation that I need to continue to press forward, because sometimes our flames will start to turn into a flicker, and you want to keep a flame, Dion. You don't ever want to start to, how you have a candle, and as it starts to go out, you could see it kind of flickering. That flame will turn into a flicker, and the next thing you know, it's out. It's out. It's kind of what happened to my workout life. Y'all know y'all boy about 30 pounds overweight right now, and and honestly, I'm using myself as an example because I know that I don't know if I'm the only one that's going through it. In certain areas of life, we tend to kind of teeter out, fizzle and fizzle out. And so last night, in praying for the rejuvenation, I wanted to share that with y'all, to that it's never too late to kind of right, baby. It's never too late to rekindle, to restart, to jumpstart what it is that you had going, and just to get back on. It's gonna hurt like hell. Now, trust that. Good morning, Miss Wilson. Depending on what it is that you're trying to restart, especially if it's time to get in that gym, that's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt like hell. You might as well get ready for it. You might as well get ready for it. Make up your mind if that's what you're going to do, and do it, And I wanted to talk about letting ourselves down. I want to talk about, hashtag reset. Let's start that before I get started. Appreciate that, Jackson. Done fizzled, man. Done fizzled. Hashtag reset. That is such a good cup of coffee, man. Sponsored by Lori. Lori's Coffee Making Industries. I appreciate that. Hashtag reset. Let's go. Let's get that started before we even take off. Things are put on the back burner, happening a lot lately. Yeah, that's really the topic. I want to reset, man. We got away from the 30-30-30, man, and I believe this. More late nights, more water breaker, right? Yeah, reset 2022. I love it. Let's go. We do tend to put things on the back burner in our lives as other things take precedence. You know what I mean? It's so easy to let certain parts of your life fade, and your life is like a wheel that has these spokes. And when you don't put enough, those spokes have to be balanced, you guys. Those spokes have to be balanced, and sometimes it takes that resetting, that restarting, because if you get one spoke that's getting more attention or is bearing more weight than the rest of the other spokes, the wheel will wobble. You can't ride straight. You can't ride straight if there's more pressure on this spoke than there is on this spoke. You can't have your physical life can't take precedence over your spiritual life. And then your fun time and your family time. Our lives are like this wheel, and we have to learn how to balance out these spokes to where we could roll just straightly balanced. You can't do this. But if you put too much on this one and don't put enough weight on this spoke, you'll be riding on a wobbly wheel. And we have to reset. This is what I want to tell you guys on today. Listen, respect yourself more. Respect yourself more. Dion, when we get up in the morning, first of all, let's just, come on, we family, right? We talk from the inside out, right? Okay. When you get up and you tell yourself, Miss Westmore, you know what? I'm going to start walking this morning. How many of you done that? You know what? In the morning, I'm going to start walking. I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to the gym. First thing in the morning, I'm tired of this. I'm going to be fine as all outdoors. It's time. It ain't never too late for one. I don't care how old you are. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to tighten this thing up. Dion, man, we going hard. We going hard this week. We going hard this week, man. I'm tired of playing, man. I'm supposed to break these boys off and break them back on. How many of you get up and tell yourself that, and only to see yourself failing in that? You wake up, you say you're going to go walk at 7 o'clock. 7:30 is there and you still walking around the kitchen. You know, seeing what you're going to cook. You're right. Resetting does bring clarity because it gives you a chance to restructure the things in your life. But this is what I want to tell you about that. Telling yourself you're going to do something. If your boss came in there and told you to go, hey, unbothered, your boss come in there and tell you, you know what? I need you to go downstairs and get me all of the paperwork for the Johnson file. Get out of my business. Shantae, I need you to go downstairs and pull the meds for such and such patient and then bring him upstairs. You're going to go down there. You don't want to know why? Because you respect his authority. You respect his word. You're paid to do his job. But you'll wake up and tell yourself in the morning, I'm going to start working out and won't even walk out the front door. Respect yourself more. You should have more value about yourself that the one person that you should hate to let down should be you. It's something that we fight daily. Listen, this ain't no, I'm in all of our business, Shantae. I'm in my business. I'm in all of, let that rip. I'm in all of our business this morning because it's something that has to be broken. That reset has to start. Man, that reset is something that's man, you got to dig deep for that. Good morning, unbothered. You got to dig deep for that. You know what I mean? That reset is real. And sometimes that reset is heavy because you gotta learn how to let go of some stuff that you picked up, and then you gotta learn how to pick up some stuff that you've let go. We do have to get out of our own way. I picked up some habits in the last couple months that I got to put down and lost some habits that I need to go pick back up, but like nobody's business. I'm supposed to be 193 pounds. I'm over 220 pounds. Not funny, but big facts. Shantae, it's hard to get that reset, sweetheart. It's hard to wake up and say, man, you know what? I'm not going to smoke cigarettes no more. I had a homeboy. I used to smoke cigarettes. And I told my homeboy, I said, man, I need to quit smoking these cigarettes. He was like, it's easy. I said, what you mean, man? I tried before. I'm steady smoking. He said, it's easy. I said, how easy is it? He said, quit putting them in your mouth. Yeah. He said, it's easy. Quit putting them in your mouth. Well, it's hard because you say it's hard, lover, but also it's hard because habits are hard to break. Routines are hard to break. They're easily made. You can start doing something once a day, every day, and the next thing you do, the next thing you know, Laura, you're doing it without even thinking about it. It's kind of like getting up and putting on your right shoe for 2 weeks in a row, and then wake up, grabbing your left shoe, and walking around looking for your right shoe because it's just something that you've always done. It's called the creating of a habit. Yeah, it was easy. Me neither. You know, they did a study on that where there's people, whenever you create this routine, let's say you get up every morning and you put your right shoe on first, every single morning. Yeah, no more cigarettes. Every single morning. There's been a study show that there's people who would wake up, find their left shoe and walk around with the left shoe in their hand while looking for the right shoe. There's always something. I told myself that the other day about alcohol, and Tim can attest to this, and Lori can as well. There's been something in my life. I told my dad this also. But here's the trick. I'm going to give you some reprieve about that. If you are struggling with something in your life, whether it be marijuana, whether it be alcohol, whether it be pornography, whether it be lies, whether it be Chick-fil-A, Whataburger, Terry Black's Barbecue, Spring Creek Barbecue, Olive Garden. Some of us struggle with that. We walking around high pressure, blood pressure higher than Mount Everest. The thing about it is that there has been something in my life constantly that has been trying. Popeyes, spicy chicken with the Cajun fries and the biscuits, red beans and rice. There's something in my life that has always been trying to destroy me. Sad, but it lets you know your value. I watched something the other day, and this old lady says this, that Satan don't bother people. Some people, he'll let them just live their life beautifully, happily, wealthy. Listen to this. And I'll never do nothing to them. And they get comfortable in this situation, this life of sin, because ultimately they're living in sin. And he'll never do anything wrong to them. Well, the reason why, he don't ever want you to get in a situation where you got to call on God. Listen to that, Jessica. Listen to that, Tina. He'll let you live that life over there comfortably, unbothered, no troubles, no trials, nothing. He don't want nothing to go wrong for you to have to turn around and get on your knees and say, God, please. So when you see these people who are living these great, wealthy, unbothered, no turbulence lives, don't look at it. Be mindful of how you see that. Sometimes the enemy won't bother those people because he don't want them to turn around and say, my God. See, we are a people who go through trials and tribulations. So you know what we're constantly saying? As we trying to reset, as we trying to get our lives together, as we trying to keep our relationships together, as we trying to get our kids on track. Shantae, as we trying to quit these different things that we've picked up. Lisa, as we trying to maintain a business. Good morning. As we trying to do these things, you know what we do? We say, my God, my God. Tim, where art thou? Yeah, because ultimately there's a plan and a goal for your life that he really doesn't want you to reach. And so that's why, think about why the Bible says, consider it pure joy when you go through trials of many kinds, because it is creating patience in you. And perseverance brings patience, and let patience have its perfect work so that you will be perfect, lacking nothing. There's a point in time where you see these people, they're living these, and I'm going to call it an unbothered life. Be careful how you monitor that. Be careful how you measure that. Be careful how you compare that to the life that you live in. You're being bothered for a reason. You going through trials for a reason, man. You struggling in that relationship for a reason. You going through something at that job with the same woman, the same dude, for a reason. There's a refining taking place. There's something being sharpened. This is taking place for some reason. Something is trying to sharpen you, strengthen you, pick you up, move you along, maybe move you out of a situation. Something is taking place. And you see this person over here that's not bothered. They never call on God. A lot of them don't. Some of them do. I'm just saying it's a situational thing. But be careful how you measure that life of the person that's unbothered. They're unbothered. It look like things are going good. They drinking good. They smoking good. They eating good. They living good. Got gas. Don't care about the gas prices. God forbid. And you thinking in your life, damn it, man. But do you see him in church on Sunday? Have you bumped into him on a faith-based podcast? Huh? Have you crossed them on a prayer line call? Some of us do that first thing in the morning. Have you bumped into them? Yeah, pay attention to who you give glory to. Be careful. Don't glorify that life so quickly. Now, if you see somebody living that life and they blessed, watch their social media. What are they glorifying during their social media? Are they saying, "Oh, I thank God for this car and this good reefer"? Or are they saying, "Oh, I thank God for," or are they saying, "Yeah, I did this. I did this. I did." No. There are always underlying circumstances for the unbothered. You better say that, Shantae. Always. Be careful how you measure that. Don't find it a something of grief whenever you're going through these trials. Whenever you do find yourself being one of the people who has to stop maybe one day and say, God, I need to be reset. All I know is to call on him, period. You better say it, unbothered. You have to realize that, you right. We supposed to be unbothered by some stuff, but we don't want to be that person that the enemy doesn't bother because he don't want them calling on God, period. We thank God that we are people who will be like, God, I need your help. God, I don't want to be sick no more. God, I don't want to do this no more. God, I don't want to intake this no more. I don't want to participate in this no more. I don't want to react like this anymore. I need a resetting, a restarting, a rejuvenation. I need to stir up that you put in me because I know it's in me and you said that you would finish your good work. Consider joy when you face these trials of different kind, because it's bringing about something. All things work together for the good of those. All things, not just the good things. Not just the good things. It says all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and who are called according to his purpose and his plan. And if you find yourself going through different trials and situations in your life, 9 times out of 10 you called. 9 times out of 10 you're called. That's just it. You're called. Because as you go through these trials, hey mama, how you doing this morning? As you go through these trials and these tribulations, you know what? You got to turn around and you got to call on God, because there's been situations in our life that there's no one that can help us out of that situation but God. I found myself in several of them. But you know what? I always called on him. I've never been the guy that's like, man, I got this. No, God forbid. God forbid, So I thank God. I give him the glory for the times that I had to turn around and call on him, because he showed me that he was going to be faithful no matter what I was going through. I got the privilege. Ooh, I got the privilege. I got the privilege to see that God is faithful. When you go through these trials, consider it all joy, because you get the privilege to see that our God is faithful. Tina, you go through something and you don't have nobody to call on but Almighty God. Jesus. Consider it joy, because at that moment, when you going through whatever it is that you going through, you get the privilege to know that he is faithful. Man, I've been in some situations that was so crazy. And I know it ain't nobody but God. Nobody but God. Because those things are unexplainable. Good morning, Patrick, man. Thank you for coming in. Y'all welcome Patrick to the morning cup of coffee, man. Good friend of mine. And so I was privileged to see God work on my behalf. And that's something that can't no man, woman, or nothing ever take from me. The fact that I'm a witness to what he will do. I'm a witness to what he will do. I'm a witness to the power, the saving power, the faithfulness. Even it says that he's faithful. Man, listen, you can't beat this. He's faithful even when we are unfaithful. Not saying to continue in unfaithfulness, no, by no means, but just to understand the grace of him, the mercy of him, even when you're not worthy of it. Shante, even when you deserve, listen, when we deserve to be smacked across our face, he'll still bestow this love upon us. He'll still bestow this love upon us, man. Trying to love us back. Some of them decisions that we need to make, we got to not make and make and not make. We're supposed to not make them and make them out of love. Hold on. Straight up. It's time for that resetting, man. It's time for that rejuvenation. Won't he do it? Yes, he will. Me and Dion said it at the same time. Or he'll thump you in the forehead. He said, no shave. Tim's always giving me a hard time about my beard, y'all. He says, no shave November turned into bad boy beard. Well, I'm rocking this joint. I'm going to keep this one for a while. Yeah, we're going to hang on to it. Let's reset, guys. Let's reset. Let's do a resetting. Man, think about it. We are a people that could restart. You know, God has blessed us to be in a time and an age, and we also live in a country. God forbid we were living in Cambodia. How do you start over in Cambodia? How do you reset in Ukraine? Man, if you're not born into it, you're not gonna get it. God has blessed us to live in a country where you could be sleeping in a car today and be living in a condo 6 months from now if you restart right. This is by the grace of God, man. Good morning, Maria. That's by the grace of God, man, that we live in a country where that takes place, where a person can reset. You could literally be living. I'm froze again. Am I freezing up, y'all? You could literally be living on the streets one day. And if you reset correctly, you could be in a condo months from that day. Y'all let me know if I'm froze. I'm about to get out of here anyway. But thank God for that, man. People in the Philippines and Cambodia and Ukraine and Russia. A lot of those people don't have that chance to restart and start over and rejuvenate as we do. Thank God that you were born in this country. I know we had to fight for some stuff depending on your race or ethnicity. But praise God, it's here. The ability to reset, man. Thank God it's here. Thank God for the trailblazers that made it to where not only this group of people can restart and get it going, now everyone can. Man has no excuse. No excuse, man. All it takes is that hashtag reset, man. All it takes is that honest commitment to change, resolve, discipline, and then a strong prayer life. Strong prayer life. And everything else will take place. Hey, y'all welcome my partner to the Morning Cup of Coffee, man. Octavius, man. Good to see you, brother. We on Spotify, we on Apple Podcasts. Check us out. Share it, man. Go look at it. We're doing good. We're still an infant, but we're doing really good. Give it a, hey, let it rip for yourselves. The numbers climbed the other day. The numbers climbed the other day. So I thank you guys for that. Continue to push that. Continue to push that, man. I know we're going to continue to wake up Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 in the morning, and do our thing and let God show up and show out. We working on being the most influential podcast in the world, right? Most definitely. So let's rock. I love you people. Do me a favor on today. There's several things. Look for the reset. Reset, man. Reset, restart, rejuvenate, and get going. 2, do something good for somebody on today. God has blessed you, and he's blessed you for a reason. Don't ever forget this. It's a blessing to be a blessing. There's nothing that you have not been given. I don't care how you got it. Because if God didn't bless you with the very faculties that you have, there's no way that you could do what you could do. If God didn't wake you up this beautiful, fun Friday morning, there's no way that you would be able to do what you could do. So do something good for someone on today, okay? Let's strengthen our resolve, reset, restructure. #1 podcast in the world. Thank you, Shantae. I appreciate that. We going. I can't do it without you. Y'all keep praying for me. Keep sharing the podcast. Tim, you stay away from Popeyes. You gonna pop. Keep sharing. Keep streaming it on Spotify. Keep streaming it on Apple Podcasts. And we'll be there. We'll stand on that mountaintop together, man. We're gonna all hold hands and we're gonna stand on that mountaintop together. We'll celebrate it together. I love you people. Again, do something good for someone on today. It's easy. This is a Morning Cup of Coffee for Fun Friday. I am JR Coble. Thank you guys for joining. Love you, and it's easy. God first.